Welcome back to my Pie of the Month series. This is the pie for February. I want to bring you one of the most decadent and delicious desserts. I'm going to show you how to make the best no-bake chocolate peanut butter pie that you've ever had in your life. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, we're going to take one package of Oreo cookies in order to make our crust. Now this is not the family size. This is not double stuffed Oreos as well. This is just regular Oreo cookies, and this is the 13.29 ounce package of Oreo cookies. Now what we want to do is crush these Oreos very finely so that they make a delicious crust for the bottom of our chocolate peanut butter pie. You can do this in a couple of different ways. First, you can put them in a Ziploc bag and use a rolling pin or any other heavy object to crush them up, or you can put them in a food processor and that will do all the work for you. Or you can do them by hand on a cutting board and just chop away. And today, because I do not have any Ziploc bags, I really don't want to mess with the food processor, I'm going to do them by hand. You could also just break them by hand into your bowl. However you want to do it, we just need this package of Oreos to be completely ground into really fine pieces. Okay, let me show you what I decided to do. This is for you guys who may, like me, be out of Ziploc bags, but also if you don't have a food processor, you can do this. So I'm putting the crushed Oreos that I crushed with my hand on a cutting board, and I'm taking a rolling pin and I'm just flattening them. And I'm squishing them and I'm rolling them until they're ground to powder, just like this. That's what we're looking for. You don't have to have fancy tools to make great food, okay? It might be a little bit messy. It might take you a little bit more time, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna keep doing this to all my Oreos until I get them finely ground, and I'm gonna put them into my pie plate and we'll move forward from there. Once all of our Oreo cookies are ground very finely, we are gonna be able to make our pie crust. Now, the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of softened butter, borderline melted, into my crushed cookies. And I'm going to incorporate this really well with my fingers, get it all covered in the butter, and then I'm going to press it in the pie plate into the shape of my crust. It might get a little messy, but that's okay. We want all of the dry cookie crumbs to become wet with the butter. This will help it stick together and stay. Okay, now once it's fully incorporated, I'm just going to press it flat. I want the cookie crumbs to come up the side of the pie plate to form a crust all the way up to the top. I don't like playing in dirt, but this is delicious dirt. There you go. That is probably the hardest part about making this entire pie, and that wasn't very hard. Okay, I'm going to set my crust to the side and we're going to begin on the peanut butter cheesecake filling. I'm going to take 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese. I've been letting this sit out for most of the day so that it can get softened. And we're going to put this into our mixing bowl. Just like that. Now we're going to add half a cup of creamy peanut butter. We're going to make sure that we measure so that we get everything right. There's no baking involved, but we still want to make sure we have the right amount of flavors going on. Okay, half a cup of peanut butter is going to go right in. We're going to do 1 full cup of powdered sugar straight into the mixture, and we're going to incorporate it completely. Now we are going to mix those 3 ingredients together really well. We are going to carefully fold in half of our whipped topping into this mixture. And in case you're wondering, this is 8 ounces. So 4 ounces of the whipped topping is going to go in, and I've been letting this sit out too so that it's easier to work with. If it's cold, it won't mix very well, so I like it to be room temperature. Okay, so you can see I took half. I'm going to fold this in. This is going to make the peanut butter cream cheese part a little bit lighter and fluffier. And you'll be able to tell that by the color. So it actually lightens up quite a bit. Okay, this is ready to go into our pie crust. It's in the pie crust. We are just going to spread it in an even layer like this, all the way to the edges. You want to make sure to go all the way up on the sides. It's okay if you pick up a little bit of your cookie, because it's all going to get mixed in anyway. And it's going to get covered up, so no worries. Here is our first layer. I'm going to set this to the side. We're going to chop up Reese's minis and we're going to sprinkle them on top of this layer. I don't think I want to use the whole bag, so I'm actually going to count them out for you. We're using 30 of the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup minis. Just going to give these a good chop. Take our chopped Reese's minis and we're going to put them on this layer. Now we're going to set this to the side and work on our chocolate fudge pudding layer. I'm going to take the same bowl and I'm going to put 1 cup of milk in it. Then I'm going to add 1 package of Jell-O instant chocolate pudding mix straight into the cup of milk. Give that a really good mix. All right, to our chocolate pudding, we are going to add 1/4 of the whipped topping, which is just half of the half that's left over. I'm going to half it just like that. And then we're also going to add 1/2 cup of powdered sugar. Time to mix this really well. Now that this is mixed well, we're going to pour it on top of our peanut butter cheesecake mixture. Spread it evenly. It's okay if some of the cookie crumbs and some of the peanut butter kind of peek through. I kind of like the way it looks. Look how amazing so far. Almost done. We are going to carefully take the remaining whipped topping and we're going to put it on top of this so that we can make it have a nice bright white pop, and then our other toppings are going to stand out even more. Look at that. You can see the peanut butter, you can see the Oreo cookies, you can see the chocolate pudding, and then you have that beautiful white pop. All right, time for the final touch. A couple more of those minis, and we're going to chop them up and sprinkle them on top. And then I'm going to take a couple of extra crushed Oreos and sprinkle those on top as well. If you don't have extra Oreos, then at the beginning, make sure you just keep 2 cookies separated so that you can do this as well. You have to make this for Valentine's Day. You have to. And tag me and comment and let me know when you do. How beautiful is this pie?